Hey guys, it's me Chura King and welcome back to my channel. Today we will be playing Crew 2 and trying the latest summit, which is I believe called the Car-Toon, and these are the rewards that you can expect. For finishing in Platinum you get a Car-Toon Bang Nitro, which we also got in Motorfest recently. Then I believe there is a Nitro Chemist gold parts for the monster truck class, and then moving on for finishing in silver we get the outer orange tire, and for bronze we get 150,000 followers, and this will be the bundle which is required, and it's actually pretty cool. The rewards don't seem all that great, but the bundle is I believe pretty cool because the Porsche itself is costing me about 600k, and I will be getting these three vehicles for just 1 million since I already had the 350 monster truck. And we are going to be doing two of these races events down here before we do one of these free mode events. And please do make me a suggestion if you rather prefer to watch the free mode events first, then these race events, or two of these race events and one of these. I think that's a good balance, but do let me know your thoughts, and we're gonna go ahead and start with the street race. Before I start the event, I will show you the stats of the parts that I will be using. Of course, I have the Nitro Chemist active, which multiplies my nitrous duration by 1.5, and on top of that I have 47.3% of pure and about 16.7% of frenetic and 33% of extra pump. Alright, so let's go ahead and start the first event. Even though the rewards of the summit aren't that special,
as soon as
I
you see
think
the
it's
pump,
still
release your
worth it
nitro.
if I get all of these things in Motorfest as well. So even though the rewards aren't so good for the summits in Crew 2, I still, just force myself to use the money that I have to buy the bundle, because then I get the cars as well as the rewards that I win for Crew 2. So that is always a nice thing to have. But it's only a shame to know that the hovercraft, the helicopter that we get to finish all the live events, and the jet sprint class does not exist in Motorfest. That is definitely a drawback of the game. And there is actually a lot of like areas which are like swamps and stuff. And I think they will potentially add the jet sprint class back into the game. And I don't see why that game doesn't have a helicopter. It has such a beautiful map. It would be pretty cool to fly around the islands, have some nice views. Even have some helicopter races. I don't believe this game has any helicopter events, except of the one I think that I remember, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so we are already 70% of this event, going pretty smooth, fast, except for that little bump. Smooth start. By the way, if you are new to the channel, do check out the last Motorfest Summit video that I did. I actually did pretty good in the summit for last week, since it had planes and boats, and I had been grinding the
Good
whole
work with the
week
throttle.
before
Now
that.
hammer down.
And I finished top 500, which is like the top 5% or 10% of players worldwide, so do check that out. So that was our attempt for the first street race class, and we have finished 632 out of 6,079 players. Pretty solid. Alright, so up next we will be doing the powerboat event, and let's get started. The first event gave us about 45,000 in cash, and this one is getting us 400,000 followers. So now to show you the stats of my parts for the powerboat, again we have the nitro chemist active for the boat, as well as 35.4% of pure, 12.7% of frenetic, and 14.9% of extra pump.
3, 2, 1.
Some interesting weather going on this race.
I don't know why anyone else is even bothering.
I just learned in Motorfest last week that it's best to fill your nitros all the way and just keep using it at the top to have a higher constant of speed, which improves your lap times a lot. But in this game the competition isn't that high really. I think similar to Motorfest, if you have a random gold part set, like all gold parts with different set bonuses, like that can easily win you this segment sadly. In both games you just need to be decent at the game. And in Crew Motorfest, like it's all on your preference, but using like sport mode of traction control as well as ESP really can help you. I mean, I'm not encouraging you to use what do you say, assist, but that's what I personally use. So just to let you guys know, you could do that if you want to improve your times in Motorfest. We are nearly done with this event as well. There you go. I think that should be a pretty solid attack. Should be around 400 to 300 for day 1 at least. Let's see how we did. Or I could be totally wrong. Let's check it out. So that attempt got us, yep, I was totally wrong. I'm just under 800 players, so we got 786 out of 6,127 players. So that's still not bad considering 6,000 players have already played. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the acrobats from the feats up top. Alright, so these are going to be my status for the parts I will use for the plane. Nothing special to see here. I only have like 21.6% of skilled, which will benefit me for some fixed percentage from each checkpoint that we take. And on top of that, I have 19.2% of pure as well as 12.2% of frenetic. To be honest, the weather is actually helping. Okay. I have placed 1,517 out of 5,010 players, so Yeah, alright guys, so up next we're gonna play the touring car in the event, and after that we will do the hovercraft before we do our slalom right here. So let's go ahead and get started. And these will be the stats of the parts that I will be using for the touring car, which is the Porsche. And yeah, I do not have a nitro chemist set for this, but we still have like 32.3% of pure and 22.3% of frenetic as well. So that is all you need to know for this car. Or will we be driving on snow or ice? Let's find out. Yeah, probably not ice, just
3,
snow on the track, but apparently
2,
not. This
1.
event also has a sunny weather.
Fingers are crossed.
And I like how in Motorfest, when you start a race, you have no nitros. So you can just, take the advantage of the nitros at the very start. Because some people do have the nitro chemist and other people don't. So, at least you shouldn't get an advantage of the starting line. This thing is pretty cool to drive. If you don't make your mistake by yourself. The driver, of course. Oh, is that one lap? Yeah, I think we gotta do 5 laps of this track. I mean, it's a pretty straightforward track, I think. Yep, it's 5 laps. Yeah, I really like the color scheme going on with this. I can't wait to drive this car in Motorfest and see how it does. Oh, we have already gotten up with the opponents, but I got distracted and went into the wall. Oh wow, the slipstream was very strong. Are we first twice? Yeah, I think so. I wonder if we do this perfectly, how many times you can cross the opponents, probably twice. And it also depends on the event difficulty, but I think, yeah, you have to set it up manually, but I do not know what's the standard difficulty for summit events in Crew 2, because in Crew Motorfest you can actually set the difficulty the way you want, but in this game you have to play each event like 3 times or at least 2 times before you unlock it in hard mode. You have to complete it the 3rd time to complete all events in hard mode. So that's how it works, and this is our final lap. Let's see if we can gain any time in this lap. Is it this lap or the next lap which is final? Yes, this one. But I don't know where the finish line is. Probably over there. Yep. I thought we started from that side. That's interesting. Because I wasn't paying enough attention. And there we go. We did get like 45,000 in-game cash. Let's see how we did in terms of ranking. So we placed 756 out of 2,511 players. Now we will be doing our hovercraft event as planned. So let's go ahead and start. And the part stats of this thing is actually funny because the best thing I have is 46.8% of rich, which just gives me more money. And on top of that, we have like 10.5% of frenetic and about 1.7% of drifty, so nothing special at all. By the way, I think in Crew 2 you get pretty cool awards from completing the
3,
summit events themselves.
2,
So this is
1.
a thing in Crew 2 that you need to consider if you are deciding if you
Faster,
should play the
faster!
summit or not.
Seriously, go
Because
faster!
if you complete these events, you'll definitely get something cool as an award. So that's always something you should look at. Which actually I don't, but as I told you guys, I'm playing 2 summits because all the things that I collect here are transferred to Motorfest, which I've been playing since release. I think it's one of the most played games that I've played since that game is out. But still I haven't played it like that I already have like nitro cameras for every single class. I think I still have like four classes remaining. Out of how many are there? At least like maybe 7 or 8? Probably 7. Oh yeah, there's an extra street tier class. There's street tier 1 and 2. Then there is hypercar. Then there is like racing cars. That's 4. Then we have rally raid, rally cross, 3 more 7. Then we have boats, planes 8. And then is there another? No, I don't believe there's any other. There are a total of 8. Actually, that makes it 9. 4 of the cars, 3 for rally 7, and boats and planes. There you go, so 9 categories. Plus, I don't think there's any more. But I'm doing horribly on this event because I'm talking. But that's alright, it's not that serious. Even my parts aren't maxed in this thing, so that shows you it's not really that hard. And I've been using hovercrafts for the past like 4 summits, if I'm not wrong. There's been at least one hovercraft event this past 2 months. I swear I've done like 4 summits which involve hovercrafts in like last 2 months. But I still haven't maxed out my hovercraft. So this event gives me the ranking of 1333 out of 2532 players. That is pretty cool, I guess. Alright, so now we will be doing our slalom before we do the monster truck and then the plane race. So these will be the stats of my parts that I will be using. I have the score breaker active, which multiplies the final score by 2, and on top of that I have 61.4% of skilled and 27.3% of pure, and also about 11.8% of frenetic. There we go, finally got an attempt done. I kept crashing either at the bridge that we had to go under or just at random places, but this is going to be our attempt. So we have positioned 803 out of 5,312 players, and up next we'll do the monster truck event and the air race before we do our final escape. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so these are going to be my stats for the parts on the monster truck, and actually this is going to be my first event with the monster truck in which I have the nitro chemist active, and with that I have 35% of ventilated as well as 38% of frenetic. So let's go ahead and start our event. I believe we are getting some more monster truck parts for completing this event. So there are a lot of monster truck
Three,
parts to be won in this event. If I'm right,
1.
that for finishing in gold you'll get some nitro chemist parts for monster trucks.
You totally got this.
Let's hope I can do this correctly. By the way, I noticed that in Crew 2, the 350Z monster truck is very nice and it doesn't slide as much as the others do. And right now, while driving this, I was holding my left stick back like I was driving a boat. That's funny. Right turn coming up. No, a little narrow. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue. Maybe a narrow section right there. Go through just fine. I was just being careful before using nitros. So don't go into a rock or something. Where do we? Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna ask where do we turn left. Doing pretty solid so far. Where are we going? Okay, here. Wow, that's fast. So the 35% ventilated I have on my monster truck really came in handy here because it gave me a lot of juice. Like it refills my nitros faster and then good luck jumps. And do we just follow the track now? Yeah, I suppose so. Oh no. That is our first major mistake. Could we go through there? I'm not gonna risk it, but I should have been looking forward since I made a huge mistake there. We've lost like 3 seconds in total down there. That is not good. So there we go. And just before the finish as well. But that's alright. We did it pretty well. Results should be pretty cool. Pretty good because I do have nitro chemist active. Let's see how we ranked. So we have ranked 896 out of 3,437 players. So let's go ahead and do our air race. And for the air race event, these are going to be my parts. I'm basically using the same part set that I was doing in the acrobats event. So there's nothing special to see here except of 19.2% of pure, and about 12.2% of frenetic. So let's go ahead and start.
Stay focused on the route and you'll ace this.
Wow, this thing is so horrible to drive. Or fly, I mean. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna try that once more.
Purchase. 3, 2, 1.
You'll make awesome time, I know it.
It's funny, I restart before I even start this event. I was doing a mistake because I thought it was a right and left kind of thing. I'm so horrible at driving this. I keep saying driving, well, but I'm well aware it's a plane. You don't drive planes, except if they're on the ground. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, we gotta turn this thing around. I do 2 laps. Probably yes. Oh wow. I lost 3 seconds there. Yeah, I'm getting the hang of this plane. I've been flying a lot of planes in through Motorfest since there was a plane summit last week, but it still doesn't mean that I'm, good at flying planes in Crew 2. That is our first lap done. I just have to do that over again. Try not to lose 3 seconds this lap. I don't even know what is the extreme button in this game that allows you to, turn the plane faster any way you want. All I have to do is make sure I'm on the marked zone and take the checkpoint after I do this upside down roll. Yeah, I think it was this one that I made a nightmare of. Oh, we gotta go left. I mean, yeah, the opposite way. Nice. And we are closing in on the finish. Nice, got that extra second. Let's see how we did in terms of ranking. That is going to be our time. Then, did I get all these parts for planes? And I have positioned 993 out of 1995 players ranked event. And let's now move on to our final free mode event, which is going to be the escape. Alright guys, so that is going to be my attempt for the escape, and I have positioned 516 out of 5622 players. So that is all of our events done, and yeah, so that's gonna be pretty much it for this video. If you have enjoyed the video, please drop a like rating, and this is going to be my overall ranking. I am ranked 675 out of 8802 players. So yeah guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and I've already shown you the rewards we're gonna get for this week's summit, and next week we will be playing the ultimate summit, for which we will get the Nissan 350Z Roadster Ultimate Edition, and we also see what is coming up for the fourth week from now, which is going to be the Road Samurai. And for that, the award is pretty cool. We get the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution X Black Knight Edition, which I can't wait to win. So yeah guys, that is going to be it for this one. I hope you have enjoyed, and yeah, take care, bye bye, and have a nice night. Peace out.